The big Russian.
Well, there you can see the athletes crossing the line behind Ryemnian of Ukraine. So the Ukrainian winning comfortably there, qualifying by right along with Strawn of the Bahamas and Guillaume Firmin in France. And Nico Onura really out of sorts with that run, I have to say.
The lineup then for the 6th of 7 heats in the women's 200 metres, and Allyson FELIX there in lane 5 is the star name, the Olympic champion of course from London. Allyson FELIX, World Athlete of the Year for 2012, and well, she will be the red hot favourite to join Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce in the semi-final. First 3 go through, one more heat to come after this, and that'll conclude the track action for you on this 6th morning. There is Elizaveta SAVLINIS from Russia, and again, cue the crowd. They respond every single time the red and blue vest of Russia is shown on the big screen. Former Russian champion a couple of years ago. There is Myriam SOUMARÉ from France in lane 4, European champion back in 2010. Finished in the semi-finals here in the 100 metres. There is Allyson FELIX. Well, what can we say that hasn't already been said about Allyson FELIX? What a competitor. Holder of 8 World Championship gold medals over the years across different distances. Coached by Bob Kershey, who says that she runs like a gazelle. Well, we've seen her do that so many times. Lane 6 is Danah HUSSEIN from Iraq. Jodie WILLIAMS goes in lane 7 for Great Britain, still only 19. Former world junior champion, of course. Cruelly missed the Olympic Games last year in London after tweaking a hamstring in the trials. So sad to see. There she is, bouncing up and down, second from the left of your screen. Jodie WILLIAMS, and Nivea SMITH from the Bahamas goes in lane 8. So the 6th of 7 heats in the women's 200 metres. SAVLINIS there on the inside, McLaughlin from Jamaica, SOUMARÉ, France, FELIX, HUSSEIN, Jodie WILLIAMS, and Nivea SMITH from the Bahamas. Well, ironically, the noise is what's stopping these runners getting away. We can't have it always, can we? And rightly so. The stadium announcer asking McLaughlin, Jamaica, SOUMARÉ, France, Allyson FELIX, USA in 5, HUSSEIN, Iraq, Jodie WILLIAMS, Britain in 7, Smith, Bahamas in lane 8. This time they're away safely, and Allyson FELIX rises first and is into her running. Allyson FELIX coming round the top bend. Jodie WILLIAMS also going well there. Jodie WILLIAMS is doing okay in lane 7. SOUMARÉ waiting for her to come through, but Allyson FELIX is coming through very nicely. McLaughlin there in 2nd place on the inside in the Jamaican vest, and SOUMARÉ bisecting them will finish in 3rd. 22:59 the winning time. That's the fastest of the 6 heats so far. Very polished there from Allyson FELIX, as you would expect. SOUMARÉ coming through, McLaughlin from Jamaica, and Jodie WILLIAMS in lane 7 finished 4th, and she will have to wait and see and hope for a fastest qualifying time.
Yes, Allyson FELIX looking tremendously strong there. Multiple gold medalists in this discipline, of course, and reigning Olympic champion. You'd expect her to run the quickest time of the day, and she does by some margin. And that's a solid run from Jodie WILLIAMS. She kept working hard all the way down the straight, the young Briton. She really is very, very young. Youngest in this field by 3.5 years. But she kept plugging away. And I think she'll probably go through as the fastest loser. 23 seconds dead from Jodie WILLIAMS. Very close to her season's best. And I'm sure that will be fun as we see Allyson FELIX looking supreme.
Yes, looking very, very polished, as you would expect. 22:59, the fastest of the 6 heats so far. SOUMARÉ getting that 3rd berth in a season's best, and Jodie WILLIAMS well placed in 4th there, and so far the fastest of the non-automatic qualifiers.
Just one heat to come then in the women's 200 metres, the 7th and last heat. There is the lineup, and Jeneba TARMOH of the USA goes in lane 3. Look out too for Murielle AHOURE of the Ivory Coast, the silver medalist in the 100 meters. And this wonderful technology of the aerial camera, suspended high above the arena by a variety of wires, which means it can be moved anywhere around the arena itself. TARMOH of the USA, Jeneba TARMOH, and it is pronounced Jeneba TARMOH, actually, not Jeneba or Geneva. But the Americans with 4 here in these 200-meter heats. Tied for 3rd with Allyson FELIX in the US Olympic Trials 100, TARMOH. And they were due to have a runoff, but she opted out, and so the place went to FELIX. In lane 7, Murielle AHOURE, second to Fraser Price in that 100 a couple of nights ago. 10:93 was her time, ahead of Carmelita Jeter's bronze medal, 10:94. But she's a very competent 200-meter runner as well. 22:24 AHOURE, the world number 2 this year. Line up from the inside. Kambundji of Switzerland in 2. TARMOH goes in 3. Karene King goes in lane 4. Then LALOVA, the Bulgarian, in 5. Dominican Republic's Marieli Sanchez goes in 6. AHOURE of the Ivory Coast in 7. Ukraine's Khrystyna Stui on the outside in lane 8. Well, we've already had Ryemyen in her heat very impressively for Ukraine. That was heat 5. I wonder if Stui can do likewise here. Lanes to watch. TARMOH in 3. LALOVA, the Bulgarian, world record holder for the junior 100. She's in 5. She's having a solid season. European champion. And AHOURE in lane 7. So LALOVA quickly into her running, the European champion at 100 meters. So is TARMOH, well up on those outside over the first 70 or 80 meters. They come around the bend, and TARMOH looking very smooth indeed. AHOURE, as you would expect, looking strong as well out in lane 7. Real battle royal going on here for 3rd place, and it might be Stui on the outside. Certainly AHOURE is going to take this one. TARMOH crosses the line, easing up. Stui come through for 3rd place. I think the Ukrainian, that winning time, 22:66. It's another very quick one, marginally slower than Allyson FELIX in heat 6. But I would venture to say that FELIX's 22:59 was considerably more relaxed than AHOURE's winning time of 22:66. However, we mustn't forget that she has got the 100 races in her legs as the Ivory Coast athlete who takes this. Actually, Stui coming through for 2nd place there, a season's best for the Ukrainian, and there was a lot of support for her in that one. TARMOH 3rd, 22:88. Progresses okay. Jodie Williams of Great Britain and Sánchez of the Dominican Republic. So great news that for the young Briton Jodie Williams. The only disappointment for the British squad on this 6th morning, of course, was the very, very under par run from young Jessica Judd in the 800. Nowhere near a qualifying spot in her heat. A
mark of 82.50.
Here you can see AHOURE streaking to her win in that 7th and final heat of the women's 200 meters. And the qualifiers behind her, Stui and TARMOH. 2 fastest losers coming, funnily enough, from that 7th heat. 2 of the 3. LALOVA and Sánchez, as I said, a personal best for Kambundji, but not going through.
Felix, you had to wait.